Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. This is Dr. Leland, the host of Level Up Academy. As usual for Wednesday, we got to groove before we start. So enjoy the music and let's go. Dance a little bit, shake a little bit, smile a little bit, breathe a little bit. These are my anthology people. March 14th, guys. March 14th.
Welcome, everybody, to Level Up Academy podcast. We have four. Men, 26% female. Look at our impression. Over 250,000 just for 28 days. So let's collaborate. Let's go ahead and go take our courses. Let's do book publishing, graphic design, mentorship, and we are your publicity hub. Welcome to Level Up Academy, guys. And in our Level Up Circle TV, you will be in Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple, Google Play, and much more. 1,000 thanks to everybody. Are you a curious student, eager to learn new skills and make your mark in the world? Or are you a professional seeking to advance your career and unlock your full potential? You need to be equipped with effective soft skills like communication, problem solving, teamwork, and more. The Level Up Academy by Doc Leland bridges the gap between education and employment through transferable skills training. Get the soft skills you need to be more effective at work.
Hello? Okay, stop dancing, CJ. We got 5 amazing people today. Well, no, 4. I'm including me. What makes me amazing are these people. People always ask me, why is that? Because they're amazing. Are you guys ready? Mike is not even ready. He doesn't have his hat on. He's on his teepee. He's just getting out of his teepee house. Dude, hello? Let's wait for Mike a little bit. He is not ready. Look at him. Look at him. He's all pissed off right now.
I'm born ready, Dr. CJ.
I saw you just coming out of your TP house. I was like, where's Mike? I know I look weird today, and there's my of course technical difficulties. It wouldn't be a CJ show if it doesn't have a technical difficulties. Duh. So welcome, Mike. Everyone pretty much know who you are, and if they don't, they're living under a rock. But let's just in case suppose 30,000 of those 44,000 doesn't know who you are. Tell us a little bit about you as a leader in the hounds of business, but also tell us what you're doing right now to get us where we need to be.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity, Dr. CJ. You're fantastic, and all the things you do for me and so many other people, amazing. So I'm Mike Asher-Branner, affectionately known as the Redneck Financial Coach, um, and the Redneck Connector. We haven't launched that yet, but hey, and with the K, like neck inside the connector part. Oh, it's clever. Yeah, I didn't come up with it, but thank you, Tanya. So yeah, I'm the founder of the Hounds of Business, and long story short, we're just a group of heart-centered folks trying to find our way a couple years ago, trying to grow business and improve ourselves, level up, right? And then we became better business people who attracted business folks. And so right now and today, we went from phase 1 to 6 like overnight. And so now we're evolving. We're transforming and evolving into an international business hub and resource bank. So no matter where you are, if you're a high level heart center professional, we have a lot of things for you. I mean, publicity hub, all these things going on. Such amazing collaborations, and we're attracting the best and the best. And so I am just elated, and we are expanding like wildfire. So I hope folks reach out after this and they're inspired. Um, that's it. I mean, courage before confidence. We want people to get unstuck, don't we? We want people to get unstuck and live their life and quit telling themselves all that crap they were told as a kid or throughout life. And we're here to push people up, and it is amazing. So much is happening. So much greatness, business growth, personal growth. Man, you better stop me. I'm getting excited now.
No,
It's
excitement
exciting.
is good. No, excitement is good. It's because there's always a story behind all of our efforts, right? People always tell me, ask me, what's my story? I'm like, I don't have a story, and they're like, no, you have a story. That's why you're here. And I said, well, let's see. Do you want the positive part or the negative part, right? And our brain is used to being in comfort of all the negativity. We like to wallow in our adversity a lot, and it's not, I'm not saying that's bad or good. It's just, it is what it is, right? It's harder for us to get out of our own heads, and it's easier to stay normal by wallowing in all those negativity. But there comes a point, I think it comes with age, quite honestly, because I feel sometimes that I'm in my 20s. No, I'm not. I'm closer to 50 than my 20s. But especially when I'm like, oh, my knee hurts when I'm going up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
But what I want is for people to know is that there comes a point in your life, if you're going through adversity right now, that you will wake up. It's like you've been sleeping all this time in your life for some reason, and you're just going to wake up now and said, you know what? Enough is enough. I am done with this negativity, and I'm going to thrive. And that's what I love about our book that's coming out too, right? But what's amazing is that you have created a community for all of us who are abandoned, hurt, misused, misjudged, right? Like, think of the bandits and just going into this whole entire conglomerate with amazing people with heart, and they have their own zone of genius that they're doing to our community, but you don't get to know them, right? So what I'm going to do is make it my mission, my side hustle mission for Hounds of Business community to get to know our people. So let's go ahead and bring all of them up to the stage. We're going to start with Dee and Kevin and Meredith, right? And tell us a little bit about yourself. So we're going to start with Dee, Kevin, and then Meredith, right? Dee, tell me a little bit about yourself, what you do, and what do you do for the Hounds?
Well, can I go in reverse order? Because I think that's easier. What I do for the Hounds, no?
Go ahead. I'm just effing with you.
Get rid of him. Get rid of him.
Go for it. Go for
The
it.
guy that helps you write your chapter in your book, Mike. Yeah. Okay.
I know. Tough
That's
times, bro.
That's why I
That's
had to edit a lot of it. I was kidding. Go ahead.
Wow. Hoser moves today.
Yeah.
So I'm the welcome wagon, or I'm a member of the welcome wagon. Kevin is also on the welcome wagon of the hounds community. So what that means is when you join in, the first touch that you get is with one of us. We are very big on hospitality, very big on making sure that you feel welcome, just like you would if you were a new dog coming into a new group of people and a new group of other dogs. So it's partially my desire to be a very just. There we go. Look at Kevin. This is why this guy's my main homie and on my team, man. I love you, dude. No, I love people. I'm a very passionate person when it comes to relationship building. Relationships are one of my highest values. That drives just about everything that I do in life and in business. And so with the hounds, like being a part of the leadership and being a part of this incredible group of, I consider all of us to be transformational superheroes. That's the work that all of us do in the world in different capacities. That's the work that I do in my journey and in my personal journey, my professional journey, everything else. What I do is I help people live their superhero story. And all of us have incredible superpowers that we might be aware of, some that we might not be aware of, things that maybe we've even hidden and suppressed because other people rejected it or didn't recognize us for the person that we are. And so what I help people do is see themselves more fully and unearth the version of love that their soul came here to embody. All of us are a piece of love. We all came from the same source. We embody it in different ways. And so professionally, I help people do that on a personal level, but also professionally, I help people in their businesses. And this is something Meredith and I are doing together. Tell the story of their business in a way that syncs with the heart and soul of their customers, because so much of business marketing and trying to get our word out there is about trying to hit the brain. The brain is processing a zillion different things at one time and easily forgets stuff. But the heart, that's where the powerhouse is. The heart emits an energy frequency that is 5,000 times as powerful as the mind. So when you can hit somebody's heart, that's when you've struck gold. That's what I help people do.
I love it. And I'm glad that you said that, because people don't remember who you are unless you've touched their heart. They'll remember how you made them feel, right? It doesn't matter how smart you are, how much money you got. If you got a shitty attitude, I am not your friend. You cannot buy my friendship. In fact, I'll probably be your best enemy for sure. And I'll do a shout out. This person? No, it's just not how. And you'll be on my TikTok. You'll be in everywhere. Like just don't. Right. But here's what I love about what Mike put together is that people with heart are here to come to help others. It's that moving forward. It's that helping a hand, right? Imagine people falling off the cliff and all of us saying, hey, which hand would you like? I can't pull anybody out. I just want you to know I am 5 feet tall. I cannot do it. So I will ask somebody else to do it. And I'll be your loud person like, hello, we need help here. You don't need any amplification. I'll be loud. But I love it. Thank you so much. And I cannot wait to have more hounds meet you guys. And if you hear hard breathing, I have a lot of dogs in my house. So Kevin, it is your turn, sir.
And thank you so very much for the invite. I am so happy to be here with beloved hounds and people in general. And yeah, so very first, I will do the same as the hounds. Yeah, welcoming wagon. We are all about the love, giving very kind, overwhelming love for the people that join us, and just showing people that are not hounds yet that this is the way, and you are so very welcome as long as you're heart centered, that you mean good, and you really want to do good in this world. Come join in. We're so happy to support you and be supported by you. So this is us, the hounds and the welcoming wagon. And yeah, so about me, basically, I'm different, right? And I feel like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not so different, because all the people in this room are deeply uniquely different, right? But back when I was a little kiddo, guess what? Some other kiddos didn't like me being different. And I'm sure most of you had a similar story. And that impacted my life big time. And I will spare you the details. But it defined me negatively for a very long time until I was able to reframe that, to actually flip the script and really own my uniqueness, own my beautiful different identity, neurodiversity, everything that made me absolutely one of a kind, and make it work for me instead of against me. And it's really what I'm helping my clients with. So I'm a coach, a trainer, a teacher, and really I empower my fellow misfits. Very first to realize, hey, you know what? Not fitting in, being a misfit, is not a weakness, it's a strength. Because actually, nobody cares about fitting in. Some people became good at fitting in, but nobody wants that. What we want is to belong with the right people, with the right people for us. And the right people for me might be very different from the right people for you. But what we really want is connecting deeply with the right people, starting with us. To me, like I'm a social catalyst. I help misfits to really create a wonderful, exceptional social life for themselves, but starting with the social life of one. How are you your own BFF, your own best friend? And really being able to claim your uniqueness and see it not as a kryptonite, not something that belittle you or debilitate you, but really as a superpower. And that's one of the many reasons we connected deeply with Dee. We're all about superpowers, superheroes, and becoming, the badass of our own journey.
I love
Sorry?
it. I
In a
love it
nutshell.
because you are your own best friend and you carry your own weight for you. Because I think if you can't help yourself and you're trying to help somebody else, that's a hot mess happening right now, right? And I'm not saying we're all perfect because we're trying to help people. That is not what I'm saying. We all have adversity. We all have issues right now. But it's like I don't know if you guys play video games. You know how there's like levels of video games, right? And level 1, you attacked and you got the boss and you're done. You go to level 2. But if you have finished a game and if you're really playing a good video game, once you're done, you created that, you go back to level 1 because you miss the gems, you miss the extra scores, you miss all of these things that are hidden. That's literally what we're trying to do with life, right? And you're like, CJ, is this a whole game? It is. You just have fun with games, but you got to make sure that the people that are behind you, next to you, and in front of you are pulling their weight. And that's what we're doing with the hounds, is pulling our weight, and Level Up Circle is pulling our weight to help others. And I cannot wait for a sister here to tell me who she is, what she does, what she's doing, and go for it, Meredith.
What's up? Thank you so much for having me. It's absolutely just extraordinary what Mike has put together with the hounds. There's seriously nothing like it, and there's no one else like, not only like him, but like all the people in here. It's so diverse, and we are just so freaking privileged to be a part of it. I truly mean that. I think about it every day because I've done a lot of stuff, a lot of crap, and there's a lot of business crap out there, especially when it comes to networking. And this is just so sincere and so real. And I just love it. So I want to say thank you to Mike, and thank you to CJ as well. So, who am I? Good question. I'm a photographer and artist, and I do many cool things. I'm another effing artist, but by saying that, I'm not just another one. But I don't just shoot photos and make art. Everything I do is centered around my mission to help others face their pain and see themselves for who they really are. And I developed this mission from healing myself of my own debilitating pain, dealing with endometriosis every month for over 17 years. And through that experience, I realized that all healing begins with being authentic. And through being authentic and through creating the art that I create, not only do I heal myself, but I heal others. So it's my belief that photography affords immortality, and that's why I help others with their photos. And what I'm doing with D really echoes that in the storytelling for business kind of platform that we've created. It's based around the idea that the best marketing strategy is just telling the truth. Just that, because there's no one else like you. There's no story like your story. And that is what kind of eliminates competition. And that's really your competitive edge, is just being you. And so, every way that we can elevate that is what we want to do.
I love it. And as far as photos, where are you? What state are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
Oh, dang it. You're not in California? What do you mean?
I'm
you
not
don't
in
need,
California.
you don't need to come to California. I was like, oh man, because not to stay, just to visit me, okay? This city, this town, this state is crazy. Especially with taxes. So no, visit California, beautiful. Stay in California, not so much.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I see the whole connection with everyone and what we're trying to do, and I am super proud of you, bro, for putting it together and getting your amazing people there. And because of Mike's heart, that's why we're here. You guys do know that, right? Because it doesn't matter if we fall and scratch ourselves and bleed, and it doesn't matter if we are going for our heart. Like you said, there is nobody's story like yours. We're so busy trying to get the external factor of we want to be whatever, when in reality you don't. And your amazing story, my job is to amplify it, because then you only become the best kept secret. I hate that too. It's the best kept secret. No, it's out. Why wasn't it out a while ago? Why wasn't? Well, the reason is being it's hard to be out. There's 8 billion people. There's only 5 of us in this room. Oh, we hit 800 now. Thank you, YouTube. I love you guys. 800 people are live watching us right now as we speak, and more on Team Replay. Thank you so much. Now, here's the thing. When you guys are doing what you're doing, there's going to be times that you're frustrated, right? Because right now, our topic is leadership luminaries. How do we light up the world? We can't light up the world if we can't light up ourselves. We can't light up the world if we can't light up our own mini communities. So that's my next question for my bro over here. How do you illuminate your path to stand out of all the leaders out there? There's a lot on LinkedIn alone.
Wow, great question. Thanks for coming to me first, CJ or Dr. CJ. I appreciate it. I always talk about this. And in the book that's coming out, I'm so honored to be in it. But I talk about unexpected leadership. I really didn't set out to create a hounds, right? I just, you know, long story short, I just felt like I was in a sea of white bowling pins, right? I was just another white bowling pin in a sea of bowling pins, 8 billion bowling pins. And what I have discovered through just trying to go out there and connect with people at the heart level, right? See what they're about, see who values share, my values. What I noticed is that we're not really all white bowling pins. Somebody painted us that way, right? And our job is, and my job initially was to help sandpaper that off so we can get to that neon green or whatever's underneath that. And as corny as that sounds, it's true. It's daggum true because a lot of us find ourselves just trying to do things. We're just trying to connect, right? So that's what the Hounds is about. That's why I started the Hounds, and that's why I have gravitated to great leadership and attracted people like you, Dr. CJ, D. Grant Smith, all these amazing folks here in the comments, uh, because we led with the heart. And then here's the fun part: all the things that we didn't know with business, right? Like this thing or how to market that or whatever. All those problems were solved. You know why? Because we had hundreds of people that had brilliance. They were willing to reach back and help us with that challenge, right? So I just want to encourage people out there. If you find yourself going out there and trying to have courage before confidence and you're trying to make a difference in the world, man, the best thing you could do is get in where you fit in. Get into a place that will help you grow. You can come as you are, right? And that's what we were trying to envision. I always joke about it being redneck Camelot, right? Really, an idea that it would not have come to fruition had people not believed in this idea and made this idea come to fruition. So I just want to encourage everybody out there. Hey, Don't worry about what you lack and don't have. Don't worry about the naysayers, right? Don't worry about those negative tapes that pop in your head and tell you you can't do this and you can't do that, right? You can, you just have to be willing to grow on the inside, right? Once you fix you in the inside, sky's the limit. So don't bury your head in the sand next time you have a challenge. Don't, ignore those childhood traumas and whatever else is happening to you. Find out and get in and lean into that. And that's what makes us special. I'm gonna stop here. But it's not that we, as the hounds community in the business world, have things that other people don't, right? It's the heart centered way and the collaborative way that we do it. Here's the last thing. I don't wake up every day concerned about what I want. How do I get what I want? Right. That's why you and I are so good together, Dr. CJ. That's why I Level Up Academy, because your mission, right? You're selling cookies. I'm selling milk. That pairs together. So here's the question we ask, and I would love to know what the audience thinks about this. If we focus on the right people, the heart centered people, target ideal clients, partners, all these things, that's what counts the most, right? If we help them get what they want, what I've discovered is I'll get way more than I ever planned on getting. So when I wake up in the morning, I put a spotlight on my chest. Who can it shine on? Anybody but me. But here's what I didn't understand at the time, man. People are like giant reflector plates. They have to reciprocate. I'm not expecting them to, but man, when I do something good for D, that guy can't wait to pay it forward. That's just how. So it's like a game of ping pong that just keeps going back and forth. And when that kind of synergy hits, oh, amazing things. We're doing massive business before we even planned on it, Dr. CJ. And you've seen that because we just have it. We're in synergies. That makes sense. That's the excitement. We wake up every day happy and thinking about positive things and how we improve and push up others. And that's why we succeed. And then we attract brilliance who comes in and uses their skill set and their talents and their heart-centered ways to make it happen. We have some of the best super pros, and we have some people who still have a job. It's amazing that no one cares. They just reach back and help that person along that journey. They're just a couple steps ahead, man. And that's what makes it special. Does that make sense?
A lot of sense, and I love that. And the people who actually who are in our community or who are not in our community or who are in our community thinking, well, what is it all about? Listen, you have to figure out your own journey. You're not doing it alone. We're here, but we can't spoon feed you on how to figure out things, right? It depends on what you want. The Hounds of Business has a lot, right? And we have amazing, oh my God, amazing people in there. I've been talking to Diane until like 11, and I'm like, I'm so stressed out right now. I have a million things. She's like, well, do you have 6 minutes? I can do, meditation with you. I'm like, let me center myself. Yes. And those type of people that I just met like literally 2 weeks ago are willing to help a hand. And that's one thing I love about it. And that's why I love to help people and level up my community. I'm always, when I post something that it's premium magazine, guess what? It's not me that's putting that. You know what I'm doing that I want you guys to know as far as amplification is I'm leveling up everything and everywhere. But we have to face that everything costs money. Okay? Everything costs money. Just because people charge doesn't mean they're not heart-centered. Okay? It has nothing to do with that. The heart-centered comes from, if now that I have your money, what else am I doing for you beyond what you paid me for? That is where the heart-centered comes in. Okay? Some of us, like, I get a lot of these DMs, really. And by the way, if you're Hounds of Business community, you have a special calendar for me. My calendar for the rest of you is almost closing in June, so you'll be pushed to July. If you're in Hounds of Business community, we have time for you. I have time for you, okay? That's how I'm going to say that. But here's what I'm going to tell you that's so exciting about what you're saying with our partnership is that I have MP3. MP3, guys, is audio, which is in iHeartRadio, Spotify. If you want to hear yourself when you turn on the radio, having an interview with me, that's where I'm at with 90 nations and countries. That's what I love for the Hounds, is to amplify your message. We have radio. When I say radio, it's not Spotify or iHeart. I mean the 105 hip hop and R&B block 105 radio. That's a different 30 countries, right? When I say TV, yes, the 360 TV, part of network. There's Hollywood people in there, Emmy Award winning people. I love those TV because that's where it goes, right? And I just started this, October. I have a Level Up magazine. My Level Up magazine is only for my people that are within my community, but I have access to over 100 premium magazine. You know what that means? If you want to be on Yahoo Finance, MSN, CEO, LA Weekly, New York Weekly, I have access to those. Here's where my heart-centeredness comes in. For those of you saying you still charge, guess what? If you go somewhere else, that charge is probably $5,000 for that magazine, one magazine. I get 60 to 70% off for you people. That's where my heart-centered comes in, because I negotiate for you that you don't even know. That's what I love, is amplifying your message so you don't have to be the best kept secret, right? Now, I know Dee loves doing superhero, and I love that you're doing superhero within yourself. Tell me a little bit more about how do you, as a leader in your space, illuminate your path so you could stand out, especially with storytelling.
Well, pull a page out of Mike's book for a second. It didn't take long for him to talk about how you were milk and he was cookies, or vice versa. Simple little things that like just capture our attention and make us like see and understand the journey that we're on in a much clearer passage. That's the magic of what I do. So you saw next to my name, the growth farmer. What does that mean? Inside my heart is all love, baby. Inside my mind, all love. However, it's a garden. And to grow love and to bring more love into my life and to experience more of it and to attract more of it into my life, I have to be my own master gardener. So that's a story. Yeah, it's a metaphor, but it's a story because you can visualize it and you can understand it. And now it makes more sense. Okay, so it's not somebody else's fault to fix me. It's not even my job to fix me. It's my job to be my own master gardener, to look inside myself and say, okay, this doesn't feel good. I'm telling myself this negative story. I keep telling myself that people don't like me, or that business is really hard, or that this whole thing sucks. Well, no wonder things get so difficult and so strenuous and so stressful. Oh, so it's not the fact that things outside of me are messed up. It's the fact that what's inside of me, the plants and the stuff that I'm continuing to feed, continuing to water, is the stuff that I don't want. The only person responsible for changing that is me, because I'm the only one that has access to it. The stories that we tell ourselves about our business, the story we tell ourselves about our customers, we want to change things. You want to grow your business, you got to change yourself. You got to change your story. You got to tell a different story. So this is what self-concept is. You'll see it in my LinkedIn profile, transformational self-concept storyteller. What does that mean? My beliefs at the root level about myself, about other people, that includes business and clients and relationships and all that stuff, my business community, the Hounds of Business community, all of those stories are a part of my self-concept. I tell myself this story every day. Every day I connect more with my growing network of world-changing superheroes, and I'm sitting here with 4 of them. Now, how did this come into being? I manifested this stuff, baby. Like, I'm just going to claim I manifested 4 of the most beautiful, amazing, wonderful, incredible, inspirational, transformational people on earth. Okay. Now, you know that words of affirmation is my #1 love language because it just flows out of me like Niagara Falls. So that's how I do what I do. That's how I stand out in my space.
It's flowing. Keep them flowing. I love it. Keep it. Listen, I lost a friend. I'm going to tell you a story. I lost a friend, couple of them too, actually, last year, January, because I started my journey of podcasting. I had 36 subscribers in April of last year, by the way. I haven't hit 1 year yet. And I had 36 subscribers, 36 in YouTube. And they're like, you're never going to get that at 5,000, because my goal was 5,000. And I said, she goes, well, CJ, what's your vision? I lost 5 of my best friends and my uncle during COVID in 2022. And I lost my son. Well, my dog, he's my son, really. Had him for 11 years. So 2022 was a horrible year for me. I wanted to stay in the cave. Didn't want to have to do with life anymore. I was so done. But I had a podcast and when someone tells you saved their life, you just keep going. I was only hanging on by the thread because I didn't want to let somebody down that I don't even know from somewhere in Afghanistan. Then came January, I had some friends, I kind of showed up. I was still done with my energy. Then my friends, just nail the coffin. I literally would just have gone back to the cave when I said, my vision is to be the Netflix of education. Kid you not, they started laughing. And I was like, that's not funny. Do I look like, do I have a booger in my, like, what is, why are you guys laughing? And they're like, that's never going to happen. TV is so expensive, CJ. Billboard alone is this. And you have no money. You're a teacher. I'm like, you're right. But I still want to do it. Then I said, she goes, well, what's your mission? well, my mission is to level up the world through education. They start even laughing louder. Okay, they're like, the world, you know, it's 8 billion of us. I'm like, I know. Asian sisters and brothers are 4 billion out of that 8 billion. Got it. What's your point? And they're like, well, it's never going to happen. How are you going to educate people? You had 10,000 students. That should be good enough for your lifetime. Most people don't have that many. That's just a lot. Like, you need to come down to earth, CJ, and like really be realistic. And guys, these friends, we've been friends since I was 5. That hurt. I kind of laughed with them because I thought, oh, yeah, you're right. CJ, what are you thinking? Right? And I didn't know I had ADHD at this point. I just found out I had adult ADHD October of last year. Then I just kept going anyway. My personality, I think I have oppositional disorder where you tell me something, and if I don't like what you tell me, I do it anyway just because to spite you. That's what I have an attitude, okay? So I was like, I'm going to just prove it. And I'm like, no, why am I proving it to them? I'm proving it to myself that my mission and vision, I'm going to realize it. So I started meditating. I started doing Qigong. I started doing Chai Chi. I started doing yoga. I tried everything just to calm my mom's a Buddhist, my dad's Catholic, I'm a born again Christian. If my family can talk on a dinner table, I can do this, right? But deep inside, I really had issues. Like, my gosh, CJ, you said that publicly. Now what? I'm like, yeah, whatever. Let's go with it. When I start not worrying about what other people tell me I cannot do, that's when I blossom. I picked out that energy. Then I met Mike around February or March of last year, and so is my sister Susanna. And from there, I keep giving projects to the community, and I'm hitting all my manifestation D. Right? I'm still growing, but I'm leveled up on every aspect. I have publishing, I have TV, and I let them know too because I stopped talking to them, so I tagged them just to spite them. I'm like, hey, let's get TV, 2 TV shows. And they don't even talk to me. So they talk to my dad because they're my friends. And they're like, well, I guess your daughter is doing TV. And she's like, yeah, she cray. Just leave her alone. But now it's saying to your people out there that maybe they too can level up if they really are their own best friend. So thank you for saying that. I believe in people, but you have to believe in yourself in order for somebody else to believe in you, right? How about you, Kevin? How do you stand out as a leader within your space?
So actually, it's very interesting what you mentioned. So I'm all about standing out. Like it's absolutely natural. I've been designed that way. I've been born that way. So it's absolutely like second nature to me. And actually, it reminds me of a very interesting concept. Like if you're a little bit familiar with coaching, you basically can sum up all troubles people come up with in coaching in 3 different forms. I'm not enough, it's not available, or I'm different. And the third one never clicked with me. It was never an issue. I am different, therefore I thrive. That's the source of my power. So actually, the more I just accept who I am, and the more I just express myself in my natural way, the more I will naturally stand out. I don't even need to make effort. I needed to make effort to fit in. I needed, to try to stick in the box, in the shoebox that wasn't meant for me. But the more I'm just naturally who I am, like embracing my nerdiness, my geekiness, bringing some role-playing game stuff or gamification stuff in my coaching, like that would be like, oh, that's so unprofessional. Says who? Like it's working, it's creating magic. My clients love that. Why should I refrain myself to using those amazing tools that to me are just games? And I've been like playing role-playing games since I was 12. So I have 34 years of experience behind me on that stuff. So of course I'm including that into my coaching. So that's to me actually it's much more difficult to not stand out. That's the thing. When we are misfits and we try to go against the stream, It just not working. If we're salmons, we're supposed to go against the stream, right? We've been built that way. And we just let the other fishes go the classical way. We just can't. It's not meant for us.
Yes, I'm glad you said that because my sister Susanna over here says, don't let others place you in their boxes, put you down when your dreams are yours for a beautiful reason. Here's the thing: if I stop from the people that were laughing at me, we wouldn't be here sitting today. We wouldn't, right? So I know that the man up there, whatever spirituality you believe or religion, the man up there got my back because for the people here, right? And my sister Susanna is all about moving beyond boxes. She does excellent storytelling because she has a lot to give herself. And so being a leader, sometimes when we try so hard to stand out, people are actually turned off by that because they don't see the authentic you. You're trying way too hard, right? When you're being yourself and you're enjoying your life and you're really enjoying the sunshine, the rain, the chaos, the whole entire gamut of emotions you have, the breakdown, they see you as you. But when you're trying so hard, they're like, ugh, what a turn off. I don't know what he's all about. They don't see your heart at that point. They just see you as trying to belittle people, or there's something in there. It's all about the money for this guy, or it's all about fame for this guy. It's all about whatever they're doing. They're thinking about it, whether you're doing it or not. So to me, self-awareness is the key to everything, right? Because if you're not self-aware that you're doing something, most of your friends will not tell you, hey, CJ, you're actually doing this wrong, right? Because they're afraid that they're going to lose your friendship. But your true friends will tell you if you messed up, or if you have something in your teeth, because they got your back. And they're not afraid of your backlash because they know your heart and you know theirs. So when Mike gets out of line, I call him. And when I get out of line, he calls me. If he misses something or I miss something, we call each other up, right? Literally. Because that's the true friendship that we have. To stand out in the whole 8 billion people is not hard, actually. Like Meredith says, just be yourself, like all of you guys are saying. But be self-aware that you might be needing to grow up a little bit on your certain of your journey. Not that you want to fit in, not that you want to be on somebody else's whatever and pleasing them. We're not here to please anybody, right? But we're here to be self-aware in our journey so we can even help more people. So Meredith, I love that you do photography, because at that moment that you capture that event, that smile, that frown, that tears, right? It's a time still. It doesn't go back. It doesn't move forward. It is what it is. And that moment is so beautiful, whatever it is. It gives memory. It gives a story within that memory. How do you illuminate your path, Meredith?
Wow. Great question. How do I illuminate my path? Well, and the path for the people around me and the people I work with, I feel like honestly, it's best illustrated by the title. I have a podcast and I wrote a book. The title of my podcast and book, it's called Face Your Shit, Heal Yourself. And so I would say that the way that I illuminate others is by being the person not only that faces their own shit, therefore inspiring others to face their own shit, their own darkness, their own pain, all the things that we deny, depress, diminish, bury because, to be liked and approved of by others or for politically correct reasons. I feel like that is kind of the way of the world in the society we live in, and in this kind of like escapist ideology where it's like, go around or like, just think happy thoughts. Don't actually deal with that problem, when actually all of our power lies in going into that problem, not around it. And that's really where we can set ourselves free. Like the greatest freedom that we have, because it's not given to us by anyone. It's claimed by us. And that's the kind that no one can take away from you. That kind of freedom, because it's discovered and it's claimed by yourself. And I really feel like this year, if there ever was a face your shit, heal yourself year, it's this year. It's 2024. This is the year of the dragon. Dragons don't have time for that shit. And it's the age of Aquarius. I'm Aquarius and I'm a dragon. So it's a perfect question for me. But I think it's time. It's the world. It's not only like that on a personal level, but on a global level, people are really facing kind of the inconvenient truths about themselves because the truth therefore sets you free.
I love it. And I know, Mike, you have to go. So I'm going to give you the last question before you leave us with your grace as we continue talking. No, we're not talking. As we continue the conversation. My last question for you is the future of the house, right? Since you are the leader, what are some of the things that's cooking around the bend? And what is the future of the hounds and business community as we continue to illuminate the path of the world through our own efforts within our community?
Yeah, great questions. They, kind of piggybacking off what you guys said. You know, pushing people up, using the resources. What stops people from doing something special, right? Self-belief, number one, right? Just like Meredith was saying. But then you have, empirical issue. You have lack of resources, right? It takes money to make money and all that kind of stuff. And so, thanks to the collaboration with Level Up, Dr. CJ, all these brilliant people, and then some, you don't have to have $1 million to make $1 million. You don't have to know everything about entrepreneurship to start a daggum business, right? And I think that's the calling card. And if you do have an established business, well, there's other people in there that can help you as well, right? So there's always a reciprocity factor going on in the house. It doesn't matter any of that stuff, demographics, gender. We don't even play that, right? I'm the vast minority. There's very few rednecks from the South in the hounds of business, right? And I think that's a testament because we don't care about that. So, look, we got things like the live streams, audios, co-ops, all these different stuff to push people up. We have the opportunity to showcase your event, to push up your social media, all these things that are authentically done, right? And what we use these tools, they're just tools. It's the strategy and the intention behind those tools that we bring to the table that enable you to say, well, I don't have X, Y, and Z. Well, now you do. So we eliminate excuses, right? You may have some reasons, but look, everybody's got excuses and even reasons of why not to grow their business, why not to grow internally. Well, we take away those. I'm going to challenge everybody listening. Hey, give us one reason why you could. We got a million that you can't. Give us one reason why you should even try it, why you should even take that baby step, right? So the hounds of business, exploding international, we have attracted some of the best, and I'm not even going to there's a legendary person floating around our orbit, right? Legendary. It is insane of what happens when you are just pure heart centered and doing the right thing. To catch these kind of people's attention is insanity to me. I feel like a poor kid waking up in Santa's workshop every single day because of the heart-centered brilliance that we're attracting. So um, that's what's on the horizon. Just more expansion, more redneck Santa Claus, kind of giving and getting business done. We're the hounds of business. We're not the hounds of just leisure and feeling good and singing kumbaya, dadgummit. We're the hounds of business. So, but the way we do it, oh man, it's fun. Can you see how fun this is? I mean, why does business have to stink? Why does it have to be drudgery? And I'm going to lay you with one more thing. Work all the entrepreneurs, all the business owners. Look, working with people you don't like, that's what a job is for. You're going to start a business, man. You need to get the right people around you because that makes your migraine medicine will disappear, man. You will have such a better time in life and be happy. And so I think the first thing that all this heart-centered talk is we think we have a marketing and business problem when oftentimes we have a spiritual and inward confidence and self, respect and peace issue. And I think that's why we're creating the next Joe Rogans and Oprahs. That's why we're creating and enabling and empowering folks who do have the potential. They just don't have the support and resources. And that is why I champion and just beyond belief, because you, Level Up Academy, all the great folks that we're coming together to support. I mean, you're seeing them right here. Look at them. Look at them in the comments. And it's just growing exponentially because guess what these guys are doing? They're inviting other winners. They're coming to the things to show. They're going to our group calls about the hounds, right? They want their stories spotlighted on our multiple platforms, right? And we want the same thing. So that's it. Hey, if you want to come in, we're tearing up, we're leveling up. It's explosive right now. So this is the time to come in. And by the way, seniority don't mean shit to me. So you come in, you bring your talent, you bring your heart. we will plug you in and find a place for you wherever you want to be. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a
Amazing.
nice class today. Appreciate you. When Kevin
yes, ma'am.
puts his thing, I'm like, hey, I have 3 dogs, but I have this cat. It's a backpack, actually. It's not a real cat, guys. Okay. So PETA's gonna cancel me for sure if that was the truth. But look, isn't it cute? It's a little cat. And I have allergies for cats, so this is the best cat I can get right now is my backpack. But when I walked around with it last time, I got stopped, and some were praising and some were like, you have a dead cat in your back. No, it's not a dead cat, guys. It's a backpack, and it's synthetic, okay? But it's cute, whatever. I'm just saying, when it comes to fun in life, it's amazing to know people who have fun while they're doing them, right? Susanna and I met for the first time in since our friendship since April or March of last year, and we met at Podfest. And I'm hoping that you guys can come to Podfest if I get in again on Podfest. Thinking of maybe even having a table and do presentations, but I would love to have banners in there for you guys to come and really, because it doesn't do us any good to stay the best kept secret. If we want to move forward, right? Bye, Mike. If you want to move forward, we cannot move forward with just staying the best kept secret. We need to amplify our message, right? So we're gonna end. I can't believe it's ending. I'm having fun. I'm gonna end it with a quote, your favorite quote, you guys, and I'm gonna start with me. This is one of my favorite sayings, really, is you who are the source of all the light in this world, whose rays illuminate the earth, enlighten also our hearts and minds, so that we too can do your work, right? It's all about we, it's not all about I. It's all about us, it's not about them. How about you, Dee?
That's epic. What's coming to me is a quote that I keep reminding myself all the time. It's from a guy named Ernest Holmes, who wrote a book in 1918 called Creative Mind and Success. If you follow anything from the New Thought movement way back in the day before self-help ever existed, this dude was on the forefront of all that. But he said this very powerful thing. He said, see only what you wish to experience. Look at nothing else. And that speaks to the inner world. And so I recognize in my own life that it's about having a diet that has to do with the mindset and being very conscious and cautious about what it is that I'm entertaining in my mind. So a long time ago, I stopped watching the news. I worked for an NPR station. I was in news. I was in media for 22 years. When I realized that that was making me angry all the time, and I was finding myself being mad at people for reasons having to do with politics and other stupid crap. Well, turning that off and not feeding myself all the terrible things that are supposedly going on in the world has totally made my life a whole lot more peaceful. So it makes it easier to see what I wish to experience because I'm not feeding myself a bunch of crap all the time. So, as Mike said earlier, like so much of the things that we experience, and Kevin said this too, and Meredith said this too, and you said this with your story. All of us are saying the same thing. We're using different stories and different metaphors, but so much of the stuff that is a part of our lives is about us choosing ourselves first, us choosing to see the love and the value and the worth that we have and change that inner story that we're telling ourselves. And we change that inner story by having the discipline to see in our imagination, in our minds, and in our thinking, and what it is that we are choosing to put in ourselves, only what it is that we want. And then that is going to create the ways that we show up, the ways that we respond instead of reacting to things, the ways that we are presenting ourselves as the version of love that we came here to be. And that's going to impact what we attract and what it is that we create in our lives.
Awesome. I love that. You're right. Because when I focus only on what I want to do, I catapulted way faster, like 41,000%. So yeah, I totally agree with that. Kevin, your turn. What's your best quote to end your show today? This is your show.
So yeah, it's a hard one because I enjoy quotes and I love, like you do, I have a very arborescent thinking, right? So I love connecting things. I'm always very, very scattered, very octopus style, right? So you know that, the multi-passionate facet. So if I have to choose one, to only pick one, it would be the one on my about section. It's from a wonderful, wonderful book that seems to be a child's book, meeting Eastern tradition and Eastern wisdom. And so it's the story of Big Panda and Tiny Dragon. And they travel together, they become best friends forever. It's a beautiful story. And on one page, you have Big Panda that asks Tiny Dragon, what is the most important, the journey or the destination? And Tiny Dragon answers the company.
I love it. I love it. It's not about the destination. It's actually about the journey, right? But the journey can only be realized fully if you have the best company with you. That's right. And we are all good companies here. That's why the journey is amazing. Meredith, sister, bring it us.
What's up? Wow, those were awesome answers. And it's so hard because I like Kevin, I have so many quotes and I love looking at quotes, and there's just so many in my head. I'm going to choose a spicy one though, because I'm feeling kind of spicy today. So this quote is from Les Brown. Anyone know who Les Brown is? If you don't, please look him up because he's freaking awesome. And this has been with me for a long time, but it's just a really simple quote. It's not over until I win. That's my pick. And it's something that I've definitely lived by and something I'm really known for, and just the persistence and perseverance. It's so necessary in this life, especially in this world. Like, oh my gosh, you got to keep getting up. You have to keep getting up. And as long as you keep getting up, if you don't quit, if it's not over till you win, then you're destined to win. Period. So that's mine. Yeah.
I love the competitive spirit. And you are a year of the dragon. Okay. I'm a horse and I'm a Cancer.
Nice.
Yeah. And I love what you're saying. It's because winning is not all about all the glitters and glory. Winning is very subjective to each and every one of us, right? So I love that you quote that, because being a winner means so many things to different people. Scott, I believe, Raven asked me during the anthology, how could we help you, Dr. CJ, and what would make you happy and reach your goal this year of December? So many things racing on my head. I have ADHD, so there's like 1,000 monkeys in my head. I took a deep breath and I look at all the efforts that I do. I literally work probably 15 to 18 hours a day, right? And I'm thinking, okay, what is it for? Why am I working so hard for? Honestly, I don't even need to work. My husband got me in terms of financial. Why am I working hard for? Right? And then I reflected what really would make me happy if I could double up. 5 people told me last year I saved their lives. If I could double that up this year, that would make me a winner. That would be my winning game. If someone tells me, CJ, your show, your podcast made me stop from killing myself, that would make me a winner. That's my goal, is to double up this year my number from last year. That's a number goal that I have. 10 people, right? I had 5 last year. I want 10 people. Then next year, maybe 15 to 20. That's my goal. That will make me a winner. Not money, not anything else. Because at the end of the day, if you go live in the mountain and your house is burned down and your title is gone and you're stripped with everything, what do you have? What do you have? Your heart, your mind, your wittiness, your wisdom, and you're going to bring it up again. Oh, I see a pup. Sorry, my ADHD is kicking in. I'm like, that's a cute pup. Mines are snoring if you guys can't hear them already. That would make me a winner, and that would keep me my sanity and all of my hard work and dedication be worth everything. Right? So thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys. Nice to know you. Hopefully our people love us too. And if you have time, I'm going to put you down on the green room. I'll talk to you in a bit, and then let me end the show, and I'll see you in a bit. Okay. Bye, everybody. Oh my gosh, that was so amazing conversation. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for the time. And also, if you are team replay, I do want to know in the comment section, whether it's LinkedIn or YouTube, what did you learn about all the people in here today and your connections? What did you learn about them and their heart, on their passion, right? So bye everybody. I will see you tomorrow. Miguel Davila, which is anthropologist. If you don't know what that is, it's a study of culture and within your business. He's going to be on my TV show tomorrow, and we'll have a TV show again on Sunday. We have the Radio 105 this Saturday. I'm hoping to release my MP3 on Friday. So it'll be a busy Level Up Academy for the rest of the week. Also, Susanna Dawn has a class for free. We're doing classes every single Tuesday at 10 a.m. PST. So just watch for the LinkedIn information because it will be there. You'll get a certificate of attendance for your work if you need it. But at every single attendance that you have for our classes, you actually will get a chance to be spotlighted by me, Level Up Academy, to be in 90 nations and countries. So I will put an interview out for Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Play, you name it. So turn on your phone, go to Spotify, turn on your car, and you can hear yourself and share with your friends and family while you're driving somewhere with your interview with me. So that's your chance every single Thursday. This is only for the month of March. When you attend one of our classes, you will get featured if you get picked with your name in our MP3. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. See you tomorrow at 9 a.m. PST. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for watching another episode of Level Up Academy today, brought to you by your none other host, Dr. Leland. Please do not forget to hit subscribe or push that notification bell so anything that we have an activity on at Level Up Academy, you will be the first one to know. If you would like to be a guest in our podcast, both on the MP3, audio only, and also here on live in our YouTube channel, please let me know. DM me. Let's connect. Have a fantabulous day.